Hey boys and girls, this is Larry with ubrailroad.com. Check me out. Today's short little video is going to be about windows. How to make cheap, inexpensive windows, because when you scratch build, you go through a lot of windows. And to buy your windows at 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 bucks a pair, or for individual, gets expensive. So I got a very simple way to make really nice windows and different configurations to give variety and everything. Let me show you a couple of them. There's some right there on the beef plant. Here's the Matty Rose. You can see how I did that. Back there, let me zoom in a little bit. The zoomer's not working, but you can see it on the Jack Daniels. And then over here, you can see all these windows that I've got on the coal mining processing plant. Then you come over here and you can see down there how I got those windows open on the engine house in the town of Butternut, and down there on that little shed up there. I mean, I use them everywhere. I even got them, well, let's see, no, I don't have any on that, but anyway, you're getting the idea of what we're going to do here. Okay, very cheap, very simple. Let's get to it. Give me a minute and I'll get into the shop and we'll go to work. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's get started. First thing you're going to need in making these really nice cheap windows is you're going to need a sheet of this. You get this in any lumber yard. I buy mine at Menards for about 12 bucks. You can get about, maybe 100, 200 windows out of it depending on how you cut them and stuff. I do have a bandsaw, cheap one, but it works great. I mean, it does everything I needed to do for this. If you don't have a bandsaw, then you're going to have to get some dikes. Here's a bigger pair. And what you want to do is you want to cut these down to the size you need. As you can kind of see, after you cut them all down, you can make them all kinds of combinations. Here's a double, here's an 8, here's a 4 panel window, like a little display window or something. And the nice thing about these is that they just pop right in place. You know, once you cut them, every size window you use is identical. That's the nice thing about them. They don't vary in size at all. So if you got one and you need 10 windows, just cut your one, make all your patterns, and you're good to go. But anyway, once you get these, then what I do, this one broke on me. What I do is I do stick this in my bandsaw, and I cut it in half, and then you get twice as much. But I got a lot of windows out there that I never cut in half. So if you don't have a bandsaw, don't worry about it. You can sand them down if you want to. If you got a power disc sander, you can do something like that, or hand sanded, Dremel sanded, any way you want to do it. But anyway, when you're all done with it, you get the idea. You just simply take your dikes and you just start clipping. And after you clip them off, and then you can sand this and get it really smooth so that it's got a really tight fit, okay? So you get the idea of how this window works. Then when you're all done, you can use any kind of plastic. You could use saran wrap, Scotch tape. Use the plastic that usually comes on items you buy, you know, that hard plastic. Works great. And as you stick it over there, you kind of see. I like my windows kind of dirty, you know, so I use dirty plastic. Another thing you can do is take a piece of Kleenex if you want it to show through, if you want it dark. Here you can see I kind of made, out of a business card, a shade that looks half pulled down, okay? I would still put my plastic in there for the windows, but then I would put this behind it as well, okay? If you want, you could use anything you want. I put curtains behind these, like on the Matty Rose. I put my glass in, then I put little pieces of curtain on there. So you can do anything and everything you want with these. Your imagination is as far as you can go with this. But you kind of see what this is all about. It's very cheap, very inexpensive. And then another thing you can do with these, ladder, okay? If you want to have a rooftop ladder or a ladder sitting on the roof, you could go like this. You don't need to cut that down, or you can cut it in half, whichever you prefer. But you have a lot of stuff you can build out of this. Windows, ladders, you can see the different configurations you can get out of these. I mean, it's just an endless thing. But let's see if I forgot anything on this. Well, of course, once you're done, you got to paint them. I usually paint mine like a brown or a green, something that would be more retro to that time period. And don't forget, now I models pretty much all steam, and I'm at the turn of the century, so these windows look fantastic. Well, guys, gals, I hope this helped. If you need any more information or assistance on anything, feel free to check out my website, ubrailroad.com. Tells you how to get in touch with me. I'm more than glad to answer and help as much as I possibly can. I hope you are too. Hey, thanks for stopping by. This is Larry. Over and out.